Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. All right, we have a big week ahead of us. We have the NASCAR 2 races already up, the ARCA Series and the Camping World Truck Series. We got CFL, NCAA, college football, NFL all coming. We have 2 more NASCAR races for Friday night and Saturday night as well coming. So a lot on Robert Sports Show this week. So we're going to get started with CFL, Canadian Football League, Week 7. Yeah, not doing hot. It's 2-2 win-loss in Week 6. 2-2 against the spread. 1-3 on the over-under. So it's 9-14 overall win-loss. 7-16 overall against the spread. 8-15 overall on the over-under. In the fantasy world, official Atlantic Schooner League, for Week 6, I was actually 4th, I believe it was, which wasn't too bad because I totally forgot to put my team in until like Saturday night, probably about 45 minutes, maybe an hour before the BC game started. So the only options I had was BC and Ottawa. So, yeah, that went well, actually. Best I've ever done. I'm up to 22nd overall. So, yeah, thanks to BC putting up 45 points. That helped me a lot. Haven't got my team in yet this week. I've been kind of looking, I really thought about doing the same team as last week if I can. BC did well for me, so we'll see what happens. But some of the top performers so far year to date in the CFL, we have 4 quarterbacks with 1,000 or more passing yards. We have Edmonton's Trevor Harris for 1,481 yards, 126 for 170, 5 interceptions, 6 touchdowns, 71.1% completion, and efficiency 99.7. We have Zach Colliers out of Winnipeg with 1,479 yards. He's 121 for 175, 3 interceptions, 9 touchdowns, 69.1% completion, 104.9 efficiency. Michael Riley, BC, my quarterback, my boy, 1,293 yards. 103 for 139, 1 interception, 6 touchdowns. Completion percentage 74.1, efficiency 114. And then Cody Fajardo out of Saskatchewan, 1,153 passing yards, 109 for 151, 5 interceptions, 4 touchdowns, 72.2% completion, and 89.1 on the efficiency. On the running the ball on the rushing side, we have 3 running backs with 300 or more yards. Edmonton's James Wilder, 75 for 428, with an average of 5.7. We have William Stanback out of Montreal, 60 for 346, 1 touchdown and 5.8 on the average. And then out of Calgary, we have Kadeem Carey, 68 for 339, 4 touchdowns, 5.0 average. On the receiver side, we have 5 receivers with 400 or more receiving yards. 2 of those play for Calgary. We have Kamar Jordan out of Calgary, 516 with 37 catches, 3 touchdowns. Winnipeg's Kenny Lawler, 438 on 32 catches, 3 touchdowns. BC's Lucky Whitehead, 421 yards on 24 catches, 1 touchdown. Calgary's Josh Huff, 412 yards receiving, 29 catches. And then Brian Burnham out of BC, 401 yards catching, 24 receptions, 3 touchdowns. Punt return, the number 1 punt returner is coming from Montreal. We have Mario Alford, 218 return yards on 13 returns, 16.8 average, 1 touchdown with a long of 86. Kickoff returns, Devontae Dedman out of Ottawa, 18 returns, 469 yards, 26.1 average, a long of 75. We have 4 games. 3 of these, this is the only time the teams meet, and then our final game, Winnipeg and Edmonton, this is the first of 3 meetings. So Calgary St. Peter's 2-4 versus the 2-3 Hamilton Tiger Cats. This is the first time in 2021, the only time they're actually going to meet all time. Calgary actually is 65-30 versus Hamilton. Hamilton's been very streaky this year. They lost 2, won 2, lost 1. In their losses, they scored 6 points, 8 points and 16. In their wins, 20 and 30. So yeah, it's like they gotta score to win. Obviously, more points you score, the more you win. But Calgary, on the other hand, they lost 2, 1, lost 2, 1. So then they should lose the next 2 to keep the streak out. In their losses, they've scored 20 points or less. 29, 16, and 20. On their wins, they've scored 28 and then 30. On the road, they're 1 and 1. At home, they're 1 and 3. Tiger Cats at home, they're 1 and 0. On the road, they're 1 and 3. If you follow what they've done, so Hamilton lost 2, 1, 2, then they should lose this one. Well, same way with Calgary. They lost 2, 1, lost 2, 1, so they should lose this one. Both teams can't lose unless it's a tie. We ain't even going with ties. So Hamilton is actually favored by 2.5 at home. I'm going to pick Hamilton to win. They got to turn it around sometime, don't they? But I got Hamilton winning, covering the 2.5. I am taking over on the 40.5 because both these teams, if they do want to win, they score some points. So we'll see what happens with that. Next up, we have the 3-2 Toronto Argonauts versus the 3-2 Saskatchewan Roughriders. Saskatchewan won 3 straight and they lost 2. While Toronto, again, every other 1 loss, 1 loss, 1. So technically, 1 loss, 1 loss. They should lose. They are 2-0 at home, but they're 1-1 on the road. While the Roughriders are 3-1 at home. Saskatchewan is favored by 3.5 at home. I am picking the Roughriders to win. I got them covering the 3.5. I am taking over on the 43.5. I think Saskatchewan can put some points on the board. This could be a very interesting game. Next up, we have the BC Lions, who are 3-2 versus the 2-2 Montreal Alouettes. BC has won 2 straight. At home this year, Montreal is 2-1. BC is actually favored by 1.5 on the road. I'm going to go ahead and take the points there, give them to BC. They win, they cover under on the 49.5. And then our final game, we have the Winnipeg Blue Bombers 5-1. They are right now a Grey Cup favorite versus the 2-3 Edmonton Elks. This is the first of 3 meetings of week 7, 10, and 11. Edmonton lost 2, won 2, lost 2 again, maybe? Question mark? Well, Winnipeg's actually won 3 straight. Winnipeg is favored by 8.5. I'm giving, Winnipeg winning. Winnipeg covering the 8.5. And then over on the 38.5. That is week 7. Again, last week I was 2-2, 2-2, 1-3 overall, 9-14, 7-16, 8-15. Not great. I'm doing better on the NFL side. I was 8-8 straight up picks last week. On the college side last week, what was I? Yeah, college I'm doing great. I was 20 wins and 7 losses, win-loss, 14-13 against the spread, 13-14 over-under. Overall, this year I am 51-15, 36-30, 35-31. I'm 61% college. So I'm doing good there. I just can't get the CFL this year. But like I said early in the season, my hashtag, expect the unexpected. It's kind of what this year's been for me. So we'll see if we do better here in week 7. Maybe we'll get a little bit better. Maybe we'll go 3-1 this week. Oh, there's a plan. But as always, thanks for watching Robert Sports. That'll wrap up CFL week 7. But just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader, sports channel content. Stay tuned to Robert Sports Show for the NFL week 2 and then NCAA week 3.